Welcome to Wisdom for the Day. Today is day 55. We are in the 6th chapter of the Book of Proverbs, verses 16 through 19, from the New Living Translation. There are 6 things the Lord hates. No, 7 things he detests. Haughty eyes, a lying tongue, hands that kill the innocent, a heart that plots evil, feet that race to do wrong, a false witness who pours out lies, a person who sows discord in a family. So these verses 16 through 19 are written a little bit different than we're used to. It's a different type of poetry. And it's written as a list of things that God opposes. Now, some people out there might not like poetry. Some people might actually not like things that are written by Solomon because he writes in prose like that. Well, this is also the same style in Proverbs 30 and the Book of Amos. The numbers on these lists are not important. The style that they're written in is not important, but the subjects are important. So if you don't like it, just suffer through it. Here, the poet tells us that God hates these evil actions. In verse 17, proud eyes. The poet is describing someone who's proud, and he mentions eyes because we see other people with our eyes. The evil man thinks that he's greater than other people, and maybe he even thinks that he's greater than God. But God opposes proud people. God wants us to be humble. Lies and murder, they're in the 10 Commandments, and God gave this law to Moses. You can check it out in Deuteronomy chapter 4. In verse 18, today we might say mind instead of heart. God knows our thoughts, and he knows our secret plans. But contrast this verse with Psalm 133:1. It is good when brothers live together calmly. The evil man wants to start an argument or even a war. Brothers doesn't only mean family members here, though. It can also mean neighbors and friends. It could even mean nations. Peace is good, and it's God's gift. Sometimes a war might be right. Maybe, for example, if one side does something that's super evil. But even in war, we have to look after people and try to work for peace. We should always pray for peace. Today's word is a model that we'll see repeated. In the first verse, there's an observation for a number of things, and then one more is added in the second half of the verse. There are 7 sins listed, and there are 7 deadly sins: lust, gluttony, greed, sloth, wrath, envy, and pride. The only ones to match up would be haughty eyes or pride. Of course, people may lie, kill, devise wicked schemes, run to mischief, bear false witness, sow discord because of lust or greed or envy. I think the 7 sins listed in Proverbs are more symptoms, and the 7 deadly sins are the underlying disease. So let me ask you, of the 7 things that God hates, are there any that might be attributed to you? If you don't lie, do you occasionally tell a white lie? Do you think God hates a liar, but thinks fibbing's okay? Well, that's all for today, but I'll be back tomorrow. But if you just miss me so much and have to hear my voice, remember to go to wisdomfortheday.org. You can check out all the past episodes. And if you like this show, do me a favor, please. Tell someone about it. You can share it on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. But really what works best is if you send them a link by text, because you can add a note and say, I really enjoy this show, and I think you would too. You have a lot more influence than you believe you do. Until tomorrow, I'm Rick. I love you. See ya.